The report we're wanting now is a building report that shows us a comparison of past years. In particular, we're going to look at last year compared to this year and how many elements were scored. And you can also see the average score at each element. So we're going to go to reports. Once we get to reports, we're going to go to the dashboard part where it says building detail. Now you can see I've already have one saved, but to show you how to create one, we'll go to building details. You can load perimeters or you can create your own perimeters. I'm going to name this test so I know which one it is and I can delete it. It already has our organization, your school name. What I will do now is I will try to get it from the start of the school year. So I usually like to start the 1st of August. I believe we start somewhere near that time. And then today's date as the last date that we're going to be plugged in. Now you can choose to select all, but you're going to get some information you don't want. So I just click on the top 4 plus this one because this is the one that will have your social workers, your librarians, media specialists, and counselors. Then what I want to do is I want to compare it to last year's. So we're going to go back to 2015. So we got to go to the 1st of August. I'm going to pick August 3rd. The end date will be in the May or June 1st of 2016. And obviously we want things that are going to count towards evaluation. You go to create. It takes a little while for these things that are spinning to stop spinning, so let's take a look real quickly. Some of the things that are nice. This one will be an element that you can use to see how often you scored each of the elements. This will be good for your leadership team to sit down and look at to see if there's some areas that you need to observe more or look for more or to learn more about so you can observe more correctly. This one has your average score, number of teachers at a 3.1, we had 10, at a 3 we had 4, we had 6 at 2.9. You can see that's with the average score. The area that I'm interested also in is comparing the 3 observers. I obviously, as the building principal, did more than my 2 assistants. You can see that Greg Bodie had no that were at 0, had 1 at not using. I had 22 and Maureen Davidoff had 8. At the other end of the spectrum, she had 9. I had 454 and he had 39. Most of us stuck in the 3 range. I had some 2s and a few 1s. Again, this is kind of comparison charts here. But the piece that I'm wanting to compare this year is how many observation elements per teacher did I get. So this right here, the black line is from last year, the blue line is this year. You can see that I had 1 this year that was between 21 and 25. I had no between 26 and 30, 1 between 31 and 35, 4 in here, and then all of a sudden I had a lot more at this end of the spectrum, at the larger numbers, and fewer last year at the top end. Again, most of mine revolved between 46 and the 50 ranges, but you can see it. There was a shift for the last year. By now, the top part should have loaded, and I can see how many times I scored in each domain. So this gives me an idea of the breakdown, and then obviously the average score, and then I can break it down even further if I'd like. This is just information you can take a look and use, but hopefully this will help you find your way to the information that you need.